Hi and welcome to MTG Manuscript. Today in this episode, we'll be looking at Magic the Gathering Commander 2013, the Mindseize box set. This is my first time opening such a product from MTG, so I have no idea what I'll be expecting. So let's open up this pack and see what it contains. So right from the outside, you can see that there's an oversized foil commander card, which is Jaliva, Nephilia Scourge, flying. When Jaliva Nephilia Scourge enters the battlefield, each player exiles the top X cards of his or her library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast Jaliva. Whenever Jaliva attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery card exiled with it, without paying its mana cost. It's a 1/3 flying creature. Sounds fantastic. So for those who have no idea what a commander deck is, it is actually a 100 card deck played singleton format, meaning that every card must be unique except for basic lands, of course. And there's a slightly different playing style in Commander, which we may go through in another video. So let's just look through what this box have to say. So Mindseize, Jaliva Nephilia Scourge sends her enemies fleeing in terror while co-opting their arsenals for herself. Each time she shows up on the battlefield, she snatches new and powerful spells to further her nefarious plans. So the contents are a 100 card deck, 3 oversized foil commander cards, deck strategy insert with rules and etc. Yep, so let's just open this and see what we have. So you can get the commander sets at your local magic shop. In Singapore, they are selling about around 35 Sing dollars each. But of course, many other shops are selling for much more, especially the Mindseize set. So try to get yours early, if not, it will be extremely hard to get later on. So how do I get this open? Yep, and I've gotten my box from the shop at Park Lane called the Card Geeks 2.0. So if you happen to pass by there, do check them out. So this is one of the sorry for the camera. So this is one of the oversized card. Oversized foil. Looks exactly the same like any MTG card, just that it is about 3 times bigger in size. And our commander, oh god, and our commander box, which have another 2 of the commanders. One is Netkusa, the Mind Razor, legendary zombie wizard. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Netkusa, the Mind Razor, deals 1 damage to that player. 2/4 zombie wizard. Cool. Next we have Trasimander. It's a 6/6 haste. Whenever Trasimander attacks, defending player sacrifice a creature. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Trasimander. Whoa, sounds quite powerful. Right. And of course, we have our 100 card deck, which is the regular cards. Yes, for all the 3 commander cards, they are in super sized. All 3 of them, you have them in regular size as well to play. So let's crack this open and see what other cards there is apart from the 3 commanders. So first off, we definitely have our main commander, which is Jaliva. Right. We have our Anger on Bolas, Our uncommon Merfolk Wizard. When Anger of Bullets enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may review an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it in your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Alright. We have our Fog Band. We have our Nightscape Familiar. Baleful Strix, Flying Death Touch 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. This is a very good card. We have our Nivix Guild Mage, copying cards and drawing cards. We have our Guard Gomenzoa, Defender Flying, prevent all damage that will be dealt to this creature. It is similar to like the Fog Bank, except that this has a bit of attacking power, whereas Fog Bank is a 0/2 defender. Yep. We have our very popular Gutter Snipe. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. We have our Echo Mage, our rare, which is a 2/3 creature. Level 2 to 3, you get to copy target instant or sorcery spells. And level 4, you get to copy it twice. Our Jace Archivist, our next rare. 1 blue and tap, each player discard his or her hand and then draw 3 cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. 2/2 creature. Our True-name Nemesis, which is, I think, the best card in this set, is a 1 generic 2 blue for a 3/1 creature. As True-name Nemesis enters the battlefield, choose a player. True-name Nemesis has protection from the chosen player, which means, yes, it is technically just there on the battlefield forever. So True-name Nemesis, our rare. We have our very famous Vampire Nighthawk, Whistling, artifact creature, a 2/2. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, it deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of cards in his or her hand minus 4. We have our Terra Ravager. Whenever it attacks, it gets plus X plus 0 until end of turn, where X is the number of lands defending player control. We have our Diviner Spirit. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each draw that many cards, which is 2. We have our Demonic War. Our Hooded Terror can't be blocked if defending player controls the most creature or type for the most. We have our Nyx Commander, which is our Nekusa. We have our Charmbreaker Devils. At the beginning of upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gains +4/+0. We have Yuyo, Silent Prophet, a 4/4 flying, 2 to return 2 lands you control to owner's hand. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, and you may choose new targets for the spell. Our next commander, Truximander. We have our Baleful Force, our 7/7 elemental creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw 1 card and lose 1 life. We have our Soul Ring, tap to add 2 to your mana. Very, very good artifact. We have our Wayfarer's Bubble, another land search. We have our Armillary Sphere, land search again. We have our Swiftfoot Boots, Obelisk of Grisis, our Temple Bell, drawing card. Isle of Doom, artifact. Each playing chooses a non-land permanent and puts a Doom counter on it. 2 and tap. Destroy each permanent with a Doom counter. Cool. We have our Mirari, our legendary artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may pay 3. If you do, copy that spell and choose new target for the copy. We have our Curse of Inertia. Enchant player. Whenever a player attacks enchanted player with 1 or more creatures, that attacking player may tap or untap target permanent of his or her choice. We have Propaganda. Enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless controller pays 2 for each creature he or she controls that is attacking you. We have Curse of Shadow Graves. Whenever a player attacks enchanted player with 1 or more creatures, that attacking player may build a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tab. We have our Curse of Chaos, another enchant player card. Whenever a player attacks enchanted player with one or more creatures, that attacking player may discard a card. If that player does, he or she draws a card. With our rare Spiteful Visions, at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever a player draws a card, Spiteful Visions deals 1 damage to that player. Alright. We have Arcane Melee. Instant and sorcery spell cost 2 less to cast. Ooh, okay, cool. We have our Prize of Knowledge. Our enchantment. Players have no maximum hand size at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. Prize of Knowledge deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in that player's hand. We have Vision Skins, card draw, our Soul Manipulation, Cross's Charm, Grease's Charm. We have our Sudden Spoiling, Split Second, which is even faster than instant speed. Creature's target control becomes 0-2 and loses all abilities until the end of turn. We have our Dismiss, Illusionist Gambit. Remove all attacking creatures from combat and untap them. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Each of those creatures attack that combat if able. If they can't attack you or the place, okay. We have our Wild Ricochet. Annihilate, destroy target non-black creature. It can be regenerated and you draw a card. We have our Opportunity. We have our Starstorm, deals X damage to each creature. We have our Strategic Planning from Portal 3 Kingdoms. Look at the top 3 cards, put one of them in your hand and the rest into your graveyard. We have our Infest. Tempt with Reflection, Tempting Offer. Choose target creature you control, put a token on the battlefield that is a copy of that creature. Each opponent may put a token onto the battlefield that is a copy of that creature. For each opponent who does, put a token onto the battlefield that is a copy of that creature. Oh my god, this is such a mouthful. We have our Fisher Vent, Incendiary Command, deals 4 damage or to player, or deals 2 damage to each creature, or destroy target non-basic land, or each player discard all cards in his or her hands and then draw that many cards. We have our Phytasis. We have our Cruel Ultimatum. Target opponent sacrifice a creature, discard 3 cards and then lose 5 life, and you do the opposite. We have our Decree of Pain. Destroy all creatures and draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. We have our another Mythic, which is the Army of Them. It is put 13 we put 13 2/2 black zombie creature tokens on the battlefield tap, and with flashback 7 and 3 black mana cost. Oh my god. We have our Prosperity, Skyscribing, our Molten Disaster. It deals X damage to each creature without flying and each player. If it is kick, it has split second. And on to our lands. We have our basic mountains, swamps, islands. Okay. And we have our non-basic lands, which is our Akoum Refuge, our Bojuka Bog, our Command Tower, which is exclusively made for commander sets. You do not use this in standard or modern play. We have our Crumbling Necropolis, our Demir's Guildgate, Evolving Walls, our Grease's Panorama, our Izet Boiler Works, Izet Guildgate, Molten Slag Heap, our Opal Palace, have our Rakdos Canarium, have our Rakdos Guildgate, our Rupture Spire, oops, and we have our Temple of Force God, Urza's Factory, and our Vivid Lands, which is our Vivid Creek, and our Vivid Marsh. So that's it for the Commander set release, which is, for this one, is the Mindseize set. So let me know what you think about this Commander set. If you have any questions, do ask them in the comment section below. And again, these are our 3 Commander, our Gelavia, our Traximander, and our Nekusar. So that's all for this episode. Do hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and do let us know which is your favorite commander and how you will be playing this commander set. And I will see you guys next time.